Hey guys, we're back. And today we're going to look at Yekindar, a up-and-coming player on Virtus.pro who just went off against Astralis. And I had a request to look at this guy from an Overwatch point of view, see if there's anything fishy going on. So I thought I'd take a look. Just so you know, like, I don't automatically believe something's fishy just because they beat Astralis. With these games being online, there's more variance. And honestly, you could say there's more variance because it's more open to a possibility of cheating, which is true. But I don't automatically discredit just an up-and-coming player just because they beat Astralis. Honestly, Astralis looked like ass, in my opinion. There were some deaths that they took that weren't typical for them, you know, like running around, making a lot of footsteps and stuff like that. They didn't look like they were on their game anyways, and Yekindar punished the shit out of them for it. There are some spots in this demo where I definitely raised an eyebrow and I thought, man, that looks fucking weird. You know what I mean? So I'll get to those spots, and I always approach it from the point of view, like, you need to kind of raise my eyebrow more than once in a demo. And when I used to do this a lot more often, when I used to do these Overwatch type videos in the past, I always did 3 demos per pro to get more of a baseline, because one demo's really not going to make a strong opinion from me. At least I need to see more than one demo, because you can have one demo that just looks ridiculous. You get super lucky on some smoke spams, you get super lucky on some timing, stuff like that. But once it starts happening over a series of demos, well, then you've got my attention. You know what I mean? So this is the first, you know, maybe I'll get back to that. We'll see. This is the first demo of Yekindar that I've looked at. And honestly, I didn't even know who he was. I know a lot of people like to comment on aiming, because honestly, this guy's aim looks a little weird, and his crosshair placement isn't that good. So it kind of, you know, if you think he's cheating, it would maybe... Oh yeah, I just show that clip where he gets wrecked by the deagle, just to show, like, he's not always just turning corners and wrecking face, you know what I mean? But back to the aimbotting thing, I never really put a lot of stock into aimbotting because it's hard to tell on a GoTV demo anyways, and the aimbots are so hard to detect anyways. But this definitely raised an eyebrow for me when he gets... So Glaive didn't have head armor, but I mean, still super clean smoke spam, and it wasn't a narrow choke point or anything. And this, I just found the crosshair placement really bad. So I thought I'd point it out, but it's kind of the type of peek. See how close he is to the wall, so it's more of a Ferrari peek, you know, like he's peeking out fast to a wide area. So it kind of makes sense to have bad crosshair placement like that. But I just felt like kind of weak crosshair placement was systematic with the demo, which honestly is fine if we're going to look at it from a cheating point of view. It's not the end of the world. You know, these Zoomers these days just play how they want to play, right? There's lots of young guys coming up that have good crosshair placement, and there's lots that come up that have shit crosshair placement, and they just kind of make it work, you know what I mean? But just talking a little bit more about how to see, or if it's possible to see if someone's aimbotting in a demo. I never really felt like you could be conclusive on someone aimbotting, but if I think it looks suspicious, I'll say something about it, and then you can kind of draw your own conclusion, or somebody else can take a closer look if they want. But I just felt like there was never enough data or enough to talk about it. If it was a first-person demo, which of course we do not get in CSGO, we do not get first-person demos, then yeah, I'll talk about aimbotting. And by first person, I mean not a GoTV demo, right? So like somebody typing in console, record 1, 2, 3 demo sort of thing. Anyways, I always wished we got those, but we just never did. See, this guy all game is just super aggressive all game. And Astralis gets off to a really good start on the T side, and it looked like they were going to bring this home, you know, but they do not. With these Overwatch type videos, I usually give longer portions of the rounds just to give more context onto kind of what's going on in the round. And he peeks out here with the deagle, and he fucks Mareks up pretty hard. Just ruins his day. And you see when he crouches how it like is snappy like that. That is how it looks in Go TV. Like the crouch is instant and it looks really weird, but I still felt it kind of looked a little odd, you know? It was like dead set, like right in the middle of his fucking head sort of thing. I don't know. So, like I said, I don't comment too much or too strongly on aimbotting unless it looks very, very obvious. So I don't... What am I getting at? I can't make a strong opinion of that is what I'm getting at, I guess. And I just wanted to be forthcoming with my opinion on trying to see an aimbot in a demo. I know the concept makes, you know, he builds an opinion on it and stuff like that. And he's looking at a lot more details than me, I guess. And, you know, if you want to watch that type of stuff, maybe just go watch him, right? But I'll probably personally never make strong opinions about aimbotting. Unless it's egregious, right? He gets saved by his teammate here. His teammate throws a smoke for him and gets him out of that molly. You can see the scoreline still kind of racking up in favor of Astralis, so it's kind of why I'm putting in big chunks to these rounds. If a guy's cheating, right, it would make sense for it to be go time right now, you know, to start getting some rounds on the board, especially CT side Inferno. And I included this round just because he has another smoke spam, but he doesn't hit shit, you know. Referring back to my first Xantares video, it seemed like that guy couldn't spam a smoke without hitting somebody. So, you know, it's totally possible that somebody's cheating. Although I was so surprised when he went through that smoke, actually, and he's only got 5 bullets left, but he still takes this fight. And he wins it. But yeah, he's spamming the smoke and then just crab walks right through it. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was surprising. Anyways, going back to Xantares, you know, that in his video, he really could not spam a smoke without hitting someone. And I just wanted to show that Yekindar was not quite on that level. He did do some shit that I was like, I wasn't expecting to see. Raise an eyebrow or whatever. Like this part right here. See how Magisk doesn't make any noise. However, Yekindar has a teammate covering T-ramp. James is looking at T-ramp. So, yeah, he's not covering the whole angle, but Yekindar still has the game sense or the knowledge to turn around, and it kind of felt like he knew he was there. And this is the type of situation where I'm like, okay, so he turned at the exact right moment when Magisk was getting close, and he had no knowledge, no footstep noises or anything like that. If stuff like that happens more than once or twice in a demo, then I start getting suspicious. And it does happen again later in the demo. So stuff like that kind of rings alarm bells to me. You're turning around, checking an angle where your teammate's already looking, and you turn and look at it exactly when Magisk is there. And Magisk did not make any footsteps. He walked that whole way. Yeah, he made noise when he picked up the gun, but Yekindar was already looking at him, you know what I mean? So I'll show the other part where it happens later on too. And, you know, you could draw your own conclusion from it. You could draw your own conclusion if you think that's normal to happen in a demo more than once or not. I don't really have to tell you, you know, your opinion to make on it. In my opinion, like I said right at the start of this, some weird shit can happen in one demo, and it can be outliers. So, you know, if shit starts, if people keep suspecting this guy, then I will look at more than one demo to kind of get a baseline and draw an opinion from it, you know. When I used to do those demo reviews, there was a lot of people that people thought were cheating. I remember the Phelps one I did. I did 3 demos of Phelps, and everybody thought he was cheating at the time. Everybody thought Immortals was cheating at the time. I looked at 3 Phelps demos. It was like the cleanest demos you've ever seen. So you can really get a better conclusion out of 3 demos. Just showing his holds here. I don't know. I think it's all normal. You know, Astralis are making footsteps all the way there. And yeah, I felt like his aim just looked a little weird, but I just show that kind of round 2 where he peeks out and just gets absolutely wrecked. I want to show that he doesn't have, you know, I don't think he's wall hacking. Maybe if he's cheating, maybe he does have something to give him info where someone is, but maybe not quite a wall hack. You know, like this type of swing, it just makes no sense to swing out and peek into like 4 terrorists, you know what I mean? Even with a pop flash. I just wanted to show that type of round 2, just to give you the idea that, or give you, I guess the knowledge baseline to be able to draw your own opinion it's not like every round this guy was doing shit that was suspicious, right? There was lots of rounds where it just looked normal. And I just wanted to make that available to you guys. So they already know this flank's coming. They had a guy on T-ramp. And I always include the pistol rounds almost in full. Because, especially in a game like this, very tight, if you're going to be cheating, it'll be in the pistol rounds. It's the most impactful round. And this game is hella fucking tight. And you can see that Yekindar's got this little shiny little pop flash here that works really well. Blinds both the Astralis players. And I believe they win this pistol round if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think he does anything too fishy looking. No, it looks fine. Going into sight after the bomb plant. Yeah, his teammate gets these 2 kills. Alright. 8-8 VP versus Astralis. Going into the second half here. This guy's deagle was fucking bananas, by the way. And this was another point I'm like, you know what? This crosshair placement, kind of shit, to be honest. But he's just fucking wrecking face. Seems like a high sense player. Like, I don't know. They're just really good shots, and I was like, holy fucking shit, man. It's a lot of good 1Ds in this demo. You know, I've been over already how much I don't really like to comment on aimbotting, but if someone's doing it, maybe it's this guy. Fuck, I don't know. And he has another moment here when he turns this corner. So he's going to hear Glaive comes running in like a moose. Fucking gets his head taken off. But Zipnix, the guy following him, does not make a sound. Zipnix goes in completely silent, walking the whole way. Perfect timing. Yekindar pops him, right? That shit raises a fucking eyebrow for me. So that's the second time you've done that this demo. And to do that once in a demo, it is, you know, it's fine. Even twice, okay, it's not the end of the world, but I felt that I just had a bad feeling about it. If you start doing this every time I watch a demo, all right, then shit's kind of looking weird, you know what I mean? You're looking at the smoke. Glaive hasn't made a footstep. Glaive could have came from archway behind you because you don't have a teammate really watching your back. And there were guys in sight that, you know, probably weren't going to push through the smoke. I just wanted to show that Glaive did not make any footsteps. So you can see Zipnix running in like a fucking train there. But Glaive walks the entire way. And Yekindar gets the perfect timing turn, right? And like I said, shit like that. You know, you got my attention, all right? All right, next round. And Virtus.pro starting to pull away from Astralis on the T side. Thanks. Well, Yekindar definitely helping with a 120 ADR right now. I think the first half he was above a 150 ADR too. The guy was just fucking dominating. And yeah, this is the round I wanted to show. So he knew Magisk was on the balcony there. This isn't as bad as last round, but he's just clearing angles. He doesn't know exactly where Magisk is going. It just felt like he really posted up. You know, it felt like he kind of knew Magisk was coming, and he's so posted on him right now, not moving, not jiggle peeking at all. It's like he fucking knew he was going to come into his crosshair, you know what I mean? And yeah, probability-wise, it made sense. He knew Magisk was towards the pit or the balcony. Yeah, I just put that round in just to show that he gets fucked up when he jumps out of the balcony. But Magisk, he knew he was on the balcony, so he could have went behind sight and rotated towards archway, or he could have came and gathered info by peeking boiler. It just the timing of it. Yekindar just stops, posts, ready for a fucking crab walk peek, and he just wrecks him, right? Same with here, you know? It just felt like he knew Dupree was that close. He doesn't have any teammates going up mid, so he doesn't have more intel than what he's looking at. He's clearing angles, doesn't know if there's anyone under the awning. And then kind of just when Dupree starts moving a little bit, he's like, oh, better lock onto that wall there. And Dupree just shoulder peeks, and Yekindar's looking at the right angle as soon as Dupree shoulder peeks. This is... It's not as egregious as before, like when he peeked into library, but it just felt like you can't fucking peek this guy without his crosshair being on you. Is kind of what it felt like, you know? He has this smoke spam where he adjusts mid-spray. I'll show it again here. And he doesn't hit any bullets with it, and it is a tight choke point, you know, so I'm usually I usually don't comment too much on sprays like this, but sprays in, he's missing everything, and then kind of adjusts at the last second towards the body. He doesn't hit any bullets with it. They kind of all miss fucking magically, but I don't know. I just threw it in there. I don't really think that's too much to worry about, in my opinion. It's just kind of, once you get my attention with some other shit that you're doing in the demo, then I'm going to start being more nitpicky. And that's how I was, you know, going back to my Xanter's demo review. That's kind of how it was. It was like you've raised these alarm bells, and now I'm going to start putting in every little thing and maybe overanalyzing. But also it's for the viewer, you guys, to be able to kind of form a complete picture as well. So, you know, in my comment section, I've always been a big believer in differing opinions, because I think you can draw different opinions from a demo review, and it's totally reasonable. It's totally reasonable for someone to look at this that's not biased and think it's a normal looking demo. And I would honestly have no problem with that. I don't think there's any issue with that. I am very team agnostic. I'm not, you know, I've made demo reviews of people in North America that I thought were fishy. And I definitely don't ride the dick of one team just because they're my favorite team, and I would never call them cheaters or anything like that. I'm very aware and self-aware of the fact that, you know, it could be anybody that's cheating, right? Whether it's my favorite team, my most hated team, or some fucking team that I don't like, whatever. I've always tried to be as impartial as possible. And yeah, I guess I just hope that comes through in the demo reviews, because I do try to take it seriously and not try and just make shit up, you know, while we're watching it. So anyways, I hope I put in enough relevant stuff into that demo for you to be able to draw your own conclusion on what you think. And if you're interested in seeing a better baseline of Yekindar, I can do more demo reviews. Just let me know. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.